Yeah, hi guys. So we are live. I guess it's been quite some time since we last met, but yeah, we have been active in our shorts and videos. Today, also, one video has come up, and so I'm hoping that it will be some good interaction tonight. I mean, there's been a lot of activities happening all across the globe, from India playing South Africa to the all hyped BGT coming up in a week's time. The IPL mega auction is on its way. Then Australia, Pakistan are locking horns. So are England and West Indies. So there's a lot of cricket going on, and I'm really hoping that it. I'm really hoping that you guys step up today and provide your feedback, your suggestions. Also, I would like to pin our latest video which we have posted in IPL redemptions. So if Ritik can just put it in the comment box so that the guys can see it.
Yeah. I will just put the link of that video in the comment box. And guys, please check that out. That is the latest video in our top players to target in the auction series. Yeah, so doing that.
Okay, so let's start our agenda today.
Yeah, hi Abhishek.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
No.
Yeah. So once Ritik pins that, I guess we can start.
Yeah, I think I have
I think we
put that
can.
link. Can one of you just check? I think. Uh,
Okay, just a second. I'm doing it. Just a second.
In the
yeah,
comment box, in the chat box, we posted.
yeah. I think okay. I think I put it in the chat box, right? Okay.
Just a second. I'm
Yeah.
doing it.
No, I
So hi
cannot see it
guys.
yet.
I see two guys watching. So guys, right from the word go, let's be a bit interactive instead of waiting for that 1 hour mark, and let's jump onto our agenda tonight. And as always, your suggestions, your questions, your interaction is most welcome. And we are looking forward to a brilliant live with you guys tonight.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are clearly
Yeah,
audible.
yeah.
Yeah. I think yeah.
I don't see, but
Okay, I think I didn't see yet the comment posted in the.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
now
now
it's
yes, I
it's
posted.
think
now
it's done.
posted.
Now it's posted. Yes.
Yes, guys. So Saptarshi has already posted the link of that video. The top
Yeah,
10
and I've
top 10 overseas
and I've
players.
now pinned the comment. So, guys, please make sure to watch this video. I mean, you guys have done a tremendous job. Thanks to all of you on that Indian players video, top 10 Indian players. I think it's now 350 views around. So, I mean, that
Yeah,
was
it's
really
close
Thank you.
to
appreciable from you
yeah.
guys, and I'm hoping uh, similar participation from you guys for this video as well. Also, the BGD one, which came last week, as well as the one which will come tomorrow. So just show, and I mean next week is gonna be a tremendous week, because I mean from Friday the BGT is starting, then the mega auction on Sunday and Monday, and we are hoping to be pretty interactive during the auctions. Also, the BGT coverage will be done, so there will be lots of
Yes.
activities happening next week.
BGT coverage will be done thoroughly. That we can guarantee you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there will be. We will try to bring at least daily reviews, and then a match wise review also in a big live.
Yeah, guys. So I see three people watching. So, guys, those who are watching, please drop a message. Just put a hi if nothing else comes to your mind, so that we know that you guys are there in the live. And we would like to wait for your comments before we get on to the agenda. But yeah, it would be really great if you guys have something that you want us to talk about right at the start of the video. For today's agenda, I mean, apart from the comments that, of course, you guys will share, we have the India South Africa series,
After how
the
many days you
Australia.
are live? Yeah, so I think it's after 8 days, if I'm not wrong. I think last Friday.
7 to 8 days. Yeah, I just checked today. It was 7 or 8 days before, and it was me and Saptarshi who were present on that day. Yeah,
Because some of us were occupied with some work, so we cannot come, unfortunately. But now here we are, and we are back.
yeah. So 2 years ban. We have the link of a video that is already pinned in the comment section. Please check that out.
Yeah, 2 years span. And so since you are also very much interested in IPL, I know. I mean, so I would like to ask you to watch the two videos we have posted on IPL auction. I mean, one link has been pinned already. You will get the other video in our playlists.
Yeah. So basically, as Saptarshi was mentioning, there are two videos to this playlist. Basically, one on the domestic players, the Indian players, the top 10 Indian players to be targeted in the IPL auction, and the current link that has been shared, that is on the overseas players. Yeah. So I guess, guys, let's start with the agenda. Let's talk about the India South Africa match. Yes, Saptarshi.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, almost 8 days. I mean, 2 years ban is also very much excited for the mega auction.
But two
Yeah,
years
I think
back, we
maybe.
didn't. Yeah, yeah. Please, Kari. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Abhishek, just say what you were saying, then I will
No,
start.
just I was saying that we were not down for 2 years. We were just for 8 days. So that's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, we can have some discussion on mega auction also. Today, I don't know if we will try. If there is a lot of question on
Today
IPL
there is a
auctions,
lot
we
of
will
things
try.
to cover on, so it will be difficult, I think.
Yeah,
But
so
we
if
can
we see more
carry it.
interest on the auction side, then maybe we will try and focus. Else, I mean, we are thinking of maybe keeping another live to discuss on the auction before
Yeah.
the auction. We can keep a live, maybe tomorrow or maybe next week. We will try and keep a live. So, I mean, now India's yeah, I mean, India were tremendous, to be honest, in this series. Apart from that one game, I think that game they didn't put enough runs on the board. All of the other games, they ended up scoring 200 plus, I think. And yesterday, I
Yeah.
mean, it was some outrageous hitting. And I think India finally cracked the T20 code. They've understood how to bat aggressively and, I mean, make full utilization from ball number one. And, I mean, the approach, to be honest, was refreshing. It's not like India won the match, and that's the big thing. But I think even if they had lost the match, the approach with which they played the T20 game throughout this series, and in fact, since the T20 World Cup, I mean, that's refreshing to see. Usually, India have been associated with the conventional style of play where they would maybe backload for the end half of the innings and then go bang 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 in the last 5 6 overs. But now they are playing more like a team which likes to make full use of the fielding restrictions, make good
Yes.
use of the matchups, and think in a more strategic manner, have more variety in their bowling, and attack from ball number one. So I think that's a very good approach. Also, the bowlers were very good. I mean, Varun Chakravarti
Bowlers,
was
that's
very
what I
good.
was coming to. That when Indian
Yeah,
bowlers were
the spinners
bowling,
were
it
good
was
in the
looking
first
like
two
a
three
different
matches.
pitch.
Yeah, and
Hardik
yesterday,
Pandya
when
bowling
I
a
mean
maiden over in the power play, so you can
I mean,
understand.
Arshdeep and Hardik were superb with the new ball. I mean, they kept on. In fact, even Ramandeep was getting some swing, but he didn't bowl in good lines. Maybe that's why
Yeah.
he got smashed. But even till the eighth, ninth over, India were getting some swing. Maybe the ball was doing a bit more in the second innings. But I think in the Indian bowlers showed great skill and composure in that second innings. Also, I mean, Arshdeep, the kind of performance is put in this series, I think he's going to be a huge candidate in that auction. To be honest, a lot of teams are going to be interested in him. Also, India may consider him for the ODIs also going forward, and maybe in Test cricket also.
Yeah. So yeah. So Ritik, you have any comments? Then I can.
Yeah. So let me go first.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, as Saptarshi mentioned that India were just clinical yesterday, and the way they outplayed South Africa in all departments. And oh my God, these two guys, Sanju Samson and Tilak Verma, they just killed the stage. And at one point, there was a competition between the two that who is going to get to the century faster. So yeah, and the way they were playing, and also I saw one record that India broke. So earlier, the record was that India hit a maximum of 22 sixes in an innings in T20, and they broke that record. I'm not sure how many they scored, but I think some 23 or 24 or 6s. Yeah, 23 sixes they hit in that match. And Sanju Samson and Tilak Verma, my goodness, the way they were playing. Especially, I have to mention Sanju Samson, the way he has played. I mean, three T20I centuries, and that too within such a short span of time. This guy is just, it seems that he's on a mission and he's going to play this fearless brand of cricket, and he's going to cement his position in T20 cricket in the years to come. Yes, Abhishek.
Yes, I think you're talking about Sanju Samson, and I think after Rohit Sharma and Kohli retiring, I think I am seeing him as a potential candidate to open which is the in the 2026 World Cup, which will happen in India. Most likely, my openers will be Sanju Samson and maybe Abhishek Sharma and Jaiswal. So I think these three out of three, these are the my top candidates for openers. And yes, just to say that how brilliant was India in this series. And I just have feeling that they could have won all the four matches. The match they lost also. That
Yes.
if the ball could have been given to Akshay Patel, the ball was gripping and all. Instead of giving to Mohsin Khan, I think
Yeah,
India
so
could
what
have
2 years ban
won
is
that match
saying, I mean,
also.
South Africa is mentally off to us. Maybe, I mean, maybe that mental edge thing worked. I mean, not being able to win that
So I
final
was
30 of
checking the
30.
stat after this. Yeah, after the T20 World Cup, they didn't even win a series T20 series. They lost to Afghanistan.
They
They
didn't
lost
didn't
to
win before the T20 World Cup also. I think in
yes,
2024 they, apart from the T20 World Cup, they lost all bilateral series. I mean, T20 World Cup they did
yes.
well to get to the finals, but apart from that they lost all series.
But I think at home, they were playing outside. But I think at home, I don't remember they lost. I think this is the first T20 series they played at home. I think because they lost to West Indies, both at home. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
at
they had two
Ireland,
series against West Indies. I remember one was before the
yes,
World Cup, one was after the World
after
Cup.
the World Cup. So it's
Yeah,
shocking. It's
so
shocking.
also, I mean, so now that we have discussed about one T20 series, let's move to the other T20 series, which is in another part of the Southern Hemisphere, being held in Australia. So after the thrashing in the ODI series, Australia stepped up nicely with their young guys in the T20 series. I mean, they just absolutely thrashed Pakistan and exposed Pakistan's limitations in the shortest format of the game. And I think Pakistan needs to take a leaf out of India's book now to learn how they can evolve themselves in this format. I mean, what
I
was
mean,
Rizwan doing today? 16 of 26 in a chase of
26.
150 or something.
I have a few points today, so to discuss on that. So yeah, I think you can discuss and we can slowly go forward on that.
I think Australia started off very well, but then there's some sort of
It was some
got stuck
brilliant
in the
bowling by
middle.
Haris Rauf, Sufyan Mukim, and I think Abbas Afridi.
Abbas. I mean, Abbas, I saw his spell. I was watching a few overs from him. The kind of change of pace he was bowling one in
I
140,
think
then
Abbas
slower
could be a
balls into
good
the wicket.
all-rounder for Pakistan cricket, like especially with his
Abbas was in
batting
the
skills.
World Cup also, if I'm not
Yes,
wrong. I think he
yes,
was
yes.
there. He
So
played
with his
one
bat,
match, I think, against Ireland.
yeah, he's a good batting skills also. I think the last match also, where most of the batters failed, he was batting, hitting the ball very well along with Hasibullah in the 7-over match. And today also his batting was very well. And Irfan Khan Niazi was one more prospect which impressed me a lot who could play well on these bouncy tracks. Like if you remember the ODI match where most of the Pakistan batters were struggling with the bounce, he tackled bounce very well in that 22 run knock against the likes of Pat Cummins, Stark, and Hazelwood. So I think he's a very good talent to nurture up. Usman Khan played well today, but again the point which comes down is that what the openers are doing. That in a 147 run chase, like Babar Azam as usual, like I think that ball mostly all other batsmen could have hit for six, but I don't know what. Like again, that T20 limitation is coming into picture. Rizwan, I think we discussed last time when we made a video on Pakistan cricket that we only see him going for that one slog which is over the leg side. Like his offside game, I don't know what is his offside game. So it don't have any offside game, and he's like and just wasting the balls. Uh, Today in the 10th over, Pakistan scored their first boundary. So if a team goes like that, you cannot win a T20 match, even chasing 147, which is
See, I
very
mean, Pakistan needs to have a revamp. I think maybe bring back Fakhar Zaman anyways into the squad.
why was Sam
Apart
Ayub
from
not
that,
there? That's my question.
Saim Ayub also, I don't know how much potential is. I think till now he hasn't played very well in T20. I mean,
So
I'm mostly focusing on the strike rates. I think he also has a low strike rate only, if I'm not wrong.
But the way he handled Pat Cummins and Stark in the second ODI, because they Sam Ayub and Abdullah Shafiq, they only saved Pakistan cricket. I am 100% sure if within 30 runs, if 2 wickets were down, they would have struggled. They couldn't have scored. I think they would have been in serious trouble, considering
But
the
then
way they
again, I mean, ODI and T20, I think are different games. There are different fielding restrictions and all those things. And in ODI, if you are chasing 180, the pressure remains much less on your head. But in T20, if you are chasing 160, the pressure remains more because the record rate is 8. In ODI, if you're
currently
chasing
in this
180.
day and age, if you chase 147 and if you tell it there's a pressure, then I don't think, considering the way India is playing and other teams, I think it could have
Yeah, I
been a
mean,
cakewalk.
first of all, I think Pakistan needs to drop Babar and Rizwan if they need to go ahead in T20s. Otherwise, their T20 future is very dark, to be honest.
You want to drop the captain?
It's not about winning or losing, but it's about the right approach. And that's what I said about India also. Even if India had lost 4-0 this series, I would have still said they had played well because they played the T20 game like the T20 game. Even if India had picked players with strike rates of 125, 126, 1, even 130, I would have said it's not there. It's even not in 2015 where even 130 strike rate was considered decent enough. I mean, you go back maybe 12 years and check the strike rates of the guys who played very well, even in the IPL. I mean, they had strike rates of 120 odd, but the game has evolved. You can't keep on playing like you played 10 years, 12 years back. Your opponent is playing in a different manner. And if you play in this manner, yeah, you will end up winning a couple of games. It's not like that everything happens in cricket. Even Zimbabwe will defeat maybe Australia someday, but that's not the point. That will be just an outlier. If you consider a greater sample space of 10, 15 games, you will end up seeing most of the games being won by the team who has played T20 game like how a T20 game should be played.
Okay, we have a comment from 2 years ban. Yeah, I'm really laughing at the people's mentality yesterday. Tilak and Sanju, 100 runs. I think it's Rohit fan club he's mentioning. Is it? RO fan club trolled VK and said
Row fan club, yeah, I think.
this is how number three played after a wicket, not like anchor. VK fan club says opener should be this consistent. Okay.
Okay, so he's saying, I think that someone from Rohit fan club has said him that let me get
It's
weekend.
very difficult to debug what he is saying, but normally I think they're trolling Virat Kohli, and that is the way that they've retired. Now why discuss about them? Like, let's move on. Let's move on. Like, they have already won the World Cup. Virat has already won two man of the match, two player of the tournaments in T20 World Cup, leading highest scorer in T20 World Cup. So what these fan clubs will get by discussing about that, I don't know.
Yeah.
First you reach
So
to that height, then discuss about him.
yeah,
If
I guess
if
India team
anybody can play a
has.
knock in final after losing 35 for 3 and take India to 176, give me the name, then I will accept them. Let the tournament come and then decide. So this is just a very stupid. I think this fan club things I don't get, because one person's retired and you are just continuously trying to demean him, which I don't get any sense actually.
Yes, I think we can. I mean, we should. I think move on from this discussion because anyway, these
Yeah,
two guys have decided to. I mean, say goodbye to this format of the game. And anyway, I mean,
And
they played their part. They tried whatever they could. And I mean, let's focus on the current generation of players.
yeah,
yeah,
that's what I mean. When the
they have
chapter is
won the
closed,
World
I
Cup.
think it's better to move
Yeah,
on.
what do you want more? Actually, I don't know. One of them played an important knock in semi-final, and one of them played in final. Now let others focus on them. We have a really great talent in for the 2026 World Cup. I'm already seeing a bright future for India. Just how they play in the semi-final and final remains a bit of concern to me. But
Also, I
India is
mean,
a great
that's what I
India is
said.
a
I
great
mean,
team.
Rohit Virat started their T20I career 10, 12, 10, 15 years back. So the game was different. So you can't exactly compare their career to a career of Abhishek Sharma, Sanju Samson. The game will be different. Nowadays, people are focusing more on the strike rates all over the world.
Yeah,
Nowadays, even in test, if you see batters like Cheteshwar Pujara are decreasing. Most of the players are stroke makers in test these days. Players who can grind out a session, who can play 100 200 balls, these kind of players are decreasing. Most of the recent players like to play strokes. So I mean, the game's evolving, so you can't exactly compare. I mean,
yes,
Virat
we are
played
talking
in a manner which
about
was
matches.
accepted.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so Virat and Rohit played in a manner which was accepted in the 2010s. In 2015-16, even 135 strike rate was considered excellent for a top order batter. Nowadays, if someone is considered playing 135, maybe that's below the average strike rate over the world. So the game's changed. You just can't compare.
And we are talking about times where 160 was a good target to chase.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Even someone like an AB de Villiers, I mean, everyone knows his potential, but his T20 strike rate is some 125 because it started playing in 2007. Or I think Dhoni also has a very poor strike rate if we consider with today's era strike rate in T20I. But that's how the game was played
And one
15
more
years back.
important thing, strike rate is all one thing, but in T20 World Cup at finals, when we talk about the knockouts, the highest score is still 176. So that tells us about the pressure. All the strike rate is one thing, but under pressure matches, 160, 175 are the matches which are which gives us more intense matches. You tell me any World Cup final where 200 was where 200 runs were scored and
Yeah,
team
not
chased that
scored, but
one.
maybe it will be scored in the upcoming days. That's what I'm
It
saying.
can
The
be,
game is
but
changing. You never know.
when it comes under pressure, then rotating the strike and
Maybe we will
singles
see.
and doubles.
We never thought that a team will score 250 plus for fun, but it's happening. So you never know. Maybe in 2026 T20 World
Yes,
Cup
that's
final,
what
we'll
I'm
end up
telling.
seeing
That
someone scoring 200 and the other even chasing down that total. Who knows?
yes, but yeah, that's what I'm telling. But yeah, so under
So
pressure, we
the
have to
game
see
has
that what
changed. I
happens.
mean,
Yeah,
Yes, guys, just a reminder to all of you, for those who are watching, please shoot in your comments. I mean, otherwise it becomes a one-way street. As you all know, that YouTube lives are meant for two-way discussions, and unless
yes.
you interact, I mean, it's not going to
I
drive us
think our
forward. Or
audience are going to the normal like the cutoff 145-minute barrier, and then they will start
yeah.
yeah,
pouring
Also,
their
I think
comments.
Shamir. I mean, Shamir has been usually a regular watcher. I think he's not here
Yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah, Shamir, if you
I
are
think
watching us live,
Shamir
please,
is also
uh,
mentally devastated by that loss. I would say because
yeah, please,
147 chasing, and if you lose, then that means you have some serious troubles. I would say.
yeah. So,
It's not.
yeah,
And considering Australia bowled two, I think 12 wides. I need to. I just saw from
And on
somewhere.
top of that, I mean, it was not even Australia's first grade attack. I mean, they were apart from Zampa, all the bowlers were second grade attack.
I think Spencer Johnson took a fifer, so I think he has been picked by Gujarat Titans. I think he
Yeah,
looks
he
a
was
good
picked last
prospect to
year
me.
for heavy money, but I think he struggled a bit on Indian surfaces. On Australian surfaces,
Yeah,
where there is more bounce, he uses his
Nathan.
height and
Yeah,
also. I
and
mean,
who
I
is that?
remember one spell from him in the 100. I mean, that England tournament, which is held 100 balls tournament. So he was bowling against, I think, Manchester Originals, which had two guys like George Butler and Phil Salt, and none could place bat against his ball. I mean, he was bowling so well. He bowled, I think, out of 20 balls, you can bowl in the 100. He bowled 19 dot balls or something like that. So he was
That
excellent
shows. That
in
shows
that match.
his. No, he was
yeah.
I
But
think
So,
yeah,
leading
I
wicket
think on
taker in the
Indian
BBL
tracks
also.
where there is less movement or maybe less bounce, he
Bounce.
tends to struggle a bit. So he has
Yes,
to
yes.
make sure that
I think his
okay, if
game
you,
bowling is suited more for the T20 format. I think he was struggling a
yeah,
bit in the one day
I mean,
format.
Australia started off with a bang today. I think Jake Fisher-McGurk got 23 or something of the fast over from Shaheen.
Also,
And then
thanks
I'm
to I think in 3 overs it was 40 around, and then a collapse
yeah.
happened to them.
I
It
mean,
was
last day Maxwell just made sure he again gets a heavy check at the auction.
hmm. Maxwell also.
Yes.
I don't know what is happening to
Also, I
him.
mean, Marco Johnson, he has also made sure that
Yeah,
his account gets credited with a heavy amount next week.
actually,
okay, so we
Marco
have a
Johnson
comment from two
bowled
years
well.
ban. Yeah. So, Fasi,
Yeah,
if you
I
can,
saw it. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, unfortunately, you were the only one till now, but you are also leaving. Let's see who else joins.
mm,
yeah, please stay tuned. Okay.
Yeah, also, I mean, let's talk about the other T20I series. I mean, so many T20I series going on. So I think England, after a long time, has won a series. And I think in Caribbean, they've won for the first time since 2019 when they won under Owen Morgan, the T20I series. So, yeah, they were very good. I mean, also, I mean, one player I would like to speak of who's been very good on this tour is Liam Livingstone. I mean, he's been severely criticized over the years for his lack of game awareness. He always had that power and talent. But I think from that Australia series, he's somewhat showing a bit more consistency. I don't
yeah.
know. if he will show it in the days forward. But I think if he can show this type of consistency, he can be a very useful player for England because he can bowl those overs, bowl a bit of off spin, a bit of leg spin, and then
Yes,
the kind of power he possesses. Everyone knows that till then, I mean, he can clear any boundary with ease, but it's the lack
because
of game
yeah,
awareness that has not helped him to grow into that
because
big a
at some
player. But
point of time, England has to look beyond Josh Butler also. So he could be a great prospect.
yeah, I think Josh Butler maybe till 2027 World Cup max. If not, I'm not
I
sure,
don't
but
know at his age
max.
currently how much he's aging, but I think he's surely
Yeah,
30
I
plus.
think
I
I
think
think he's 30. I think he's 32 or 33. So by the 27 World Cup, he'll be 36, 37. So I
mm,
think max
just
that
like
World
Sky,
Cup.
I think.
Yeah, so max that World
No,
Cup. I think
Jaws
after
is
then he will be
34.
leaving.
I just checked. Jaws is 34.
34.
34.
Yeah.
It's time.
Okay, so the 2027 World Cup also not sure. He'll be 37 by then.
I'm not sure about the 2021 World Cup, but the 2026 T20 World Cup, I think he will be there.
Yeah, he T20 World Cup will be surely there. Also, I mean, Joss has now, I think, done a very good. It's been a very good thing. He's pushed the two explosive batters up the order, Will Jacks and Salt, and allowed them to take full control of the power play. And if a wicket falls, then he will come. He will stabilize the things. He
Yes,
will take charge.
Will Jack looks a good prospect to me, especially when it comes to spin hitting. He looks a good prospect to me.
Yeah.
So
Also, I
yeah,
mean,
definitely.
yeah, I mean, who
There are
can
some
forget the way he manhandled Rashid Khan in that game against GT, RCB versus
GT,
GT? I remember
but
he was
yeah,
hitting Rashid Khan
that
for
was a
fun.
good
He hit four or
fun.
five sixes against him.
Yeah,
Also, I mean, I think Butler is now has freed himself from the wicket keeping duties and he's handed over the gloves to Salt. So he's trying to
Salt
be
is a
a
good
more
wicket keeper.
free-minded person.
Yeah,
And I think Butler should relieve a lot of pressure on himself and try to play the way he used to play 4 or 5 years back when he was playing under Morgan. When he was that kind of a destructive batter, he's sort of,
yeah.
I think, bogged down a bit under pressure, and he should not
He
let
used
that
to use the
affect his
long
batting.
handles at 5 and 6, especially in the ODIs. I remember,
Yeah, so in ODIs, I
especially
remember a lot of innings from him when he used to come up
yeah,
the order
come
with
down the order.
wickets not
Sorry,
falling, and
yeah,
then he used to smash for fun. I remember that 2019 100 against Pakistan. England lost that game, but I mean he scored 100 of some 75 deliveries or something.
yeah, no doubt. He has been a great player for England and great servant, especially in the T20 format. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean I think he's been one of England's finest white ball players in the recent past. I mean honestly, I personally
only
like him a
thing
lot, but it's not
is
about
his
liking. I think he's
game
yeah
in the subcontinent, I believe, which could be improved, especially when it comes
yeah
to
maybe.
ODI. The playing
Yeah,
spin,
maybe. I mean, he had that ODI
yeah,
World Cup didn't go well, very well. I mean, yeah, I didn't know why it didn't go very well because he's been very good in the IPL, even in T20 matches in India or whenever he got. I remember in that UAE also he played one tremendous innings against Sri Lanka where England lost three early wickets and then he alone scored 100 and pushed England to some 160 odd in the 2021 T20 World Cup at Sharjah. I think the game was. England versus Sri Lanka. So he was tremendous in that match. So I mean, he's got skills also. I mean, it's not like he likes to slog. I mean, I've seen him pulling off tremendous games where the opposition hasn't allowed them to settle, and he's done very well. So let's see. I mean, how he plays. I think. He surely will have the Champions Trophy and the 2026 T20 World Cup in mind.
the
Champions Trophy,
Champions
honestly
Trophy is
speaking,
also a
yeah, I
bit
mean,
of
England, at this point of time, England doesn't stand a lot of chance with the kind of squad they have, a lot of inexperience. But yeah, they will hope for the best. But I think the T20 World Cup, they have a real chance.
the Champions Trophy. Also, I think is a I don't know where it will take place
Yeah, I
depending on that.
mean, the future of the Champions Trophy itself is a bit dicey at this point of time. I mean, no one knows what's gonna be the future exactly. I mean,
I think it
Yeah.
will happen, but the venue is not
Yeah.
sure. I think
Currently, from what I have heard, I mean, based on from the videos that I have scrolled on YouTube. I mean, most likely, and again, this is based on what I have heard from the videos, that most likely it is going to be held in a hybrid format with uh, Dubai being the other location, and
yeah, I have
mostly it is
seen
going to
multiple
be
reports.
played
I
in
have seen
Dubai,
reports that it will be held
Pakistan.
in South Africa.
No, I heard Dubai and Sri Lanka as the places for India's matches, and apart from that, it will be held in Pakistan, from what I heard. Yeah.
Yes, but the thing was
Also,
that
I mean, this is sheer incompetence on ICC's part when you know that India would not want to go to Pakistan owing to political issues that have happened multiple times in the past. Why did you first of all place you kept it in Pakistan, and then even if you
Yes,
kept, why didn't you sort the issues before? And it's less than 100 days left for such a high stake
it doesn't
tournament,
look good actually because politics coming into it.
and you are still not sure what the venue will be, then the schedule. Even in 2023 World Cup, when it was held in India, there were a lot of issues. I remember the matches kept on getting shuffled, the venues, and then Pakistan not getting visa. And what happened? What if India and Pakistan qualify for the final? Yeah, so
I
I
have
Then
think
I
heard that
then
guess
the
I
final
India
guess
should
will
it
be
happen
will
in
be played in
prioritized.
Pakistan.
Dubai. It
No,
will be
no,
played
Yeah,
no,
in
then,
no,
Dubai.
then
no.
no, I
The,
think then India will be prioritized, because India won't go to Pakistan. That's the first
no, I
criteria.
think irrespective of who goes, I think there's a rule that Pakistan is playing it in final. That's what Pakistan wants, but to some extent,
See,
I
if India
I don't
wishes
think they
something,
will
they will
go
make
to
it happen. To
Pakistan.
be honest, because
Yeah.
BCCI have the biggest
and
hold, they generate the maximum revenue, and I think ICC would pay more heed to BCCI's opinions
Yeah.
rather than PCB.
I am almost. I mean, from 90% of the sources are currently mentioning Dubai. So I guess if India Pakistan final does take place, I mean, then it's gonna be in Dubai only. I guess.
let's see. I think no such developments has come yet, but
But about South Africa, I'm not very sure because
because
I
I heard
heard.
that on 11th of November the schedule should have been announced, but still it's not
Yeah.
announced. So
I
it's
mean,
keeping fans also in dilemma that because they have to buy
ICC
tickets
should.
and all.
Yeah.
So it's very sad if that is happening in a tournament. And I would say, yeah, as Saptasi mentioned, it's a sheer incompetence. I know the schedule is decided long way back. I think in 2020 or 2019 it was decided, and I'm not sure about that. When it was decided,
Yeah, the FTP was, I mean, the FTP from ICC was announced, I remember, in 2021 November. So they announced
okay.
a
So didn't they
10
knew
years
that time
plan
that
till
after 4 years also
2031.
the situation will
So you
still
know,
persist?
knew in 2021 only, you knew that the tournament was going to be held in 2025 February in Pakistan with 3.5 years in your hand. And you just slept for 3 years, and now all of a sudden you come to know that India won't go to Pakistan. Oh, I mean, what kind of foolishness is this?
Didn't you knew that this kind of situation can happen? And I heard somewhere that they were going to the schedule was going to be announced on 11th November, but still I don't know that why it's delaying. And
Don't know.
it makes sense also because without the venue you cannot make announce the schedule also because it will be harsh on fans also if you make a schedule and they don't know where to go, then how can they
Yeah.
buy the tickets? So
Exactly.
especially
But
Indian
yes,
fans,
ICC should take a lesson from this. That I mean, in if you are conducting a tournament, then first just sort the
do it
matter
properly,
between
do it
India
properly.
and Pakistan, and I think from now onwards, if any tournament, be it if it happens in India or Pakistan, it is going to be held in a hybrid format. That's what I think. I mean, going forward, that
Yes,
is how it will
if India
happen.
doesn't go, then I don't think see a reason that Pakistan will be coming for the 2026 World Cup because they
Yeah.
agreed to come to India only if India comes, and unfortunately, if India cannot go, due to if I am 100% sure BCCI wants to go there, but if
So
government
the
doesn't allow,
government of
then
India, yeah, the government of India has not given clearance to the BCCI
so
for
it's
that. Yeah.
nothing up to BCCI. So you can't blame BCCI for that, especially those who are in Pakistan. That BCCI doesn't want to come, so you cannot blame BCCI for that.
Okay, so we have Rajatava joining us. Hi, Rajatava.
Hi, I have my comment pinned here, and I am on the back end as well.
Okay.
I'm on the front end as well.
Yeah, great to have you.
Great to
Yeah,
So
have
yes,
that after a long
I would
time.
like to ask you, Rajatava, that what are your thoughts? I mean, lots of talks going on between the venues for the Champions Trophy. What's your take on that?
yeah. So I mean, like there are multiple ways to look at it. So I mean, like if you look from a neutral perspective, so I mean, like I think this schedule was announced like in 2020 or 21 or something, right? That the next few ICC events, one will be held in the T20 will be held in Australia. Then India will host the
Yeah, so
this
that's
thing,
what I said. It
the
was announced in
ODI
November
World Cup.
2021.
Yeah,
10
yeah.
years plan.
I think
Then the
Saptashi
World Cup
only
was
sent us in the group. I think I remember.
yeah. Then the
Uh,
World
Yeah,
Cup was supposed
I
to be in
shared you it. From 2031 World Cup will be in India. I shared you.
yes, yes.
The West Indies will host this World Cup. Then I think US was later incorporated because of the chance of LA, incorporating cricket in Olympics. And then they
Yeah,
had Pakistan, and then we had India and Bangladesh or Indian Sri Lanka for
in Sri
the
Lanka,
India Sri
India, Sri
Lanka,
Lanka, and then the 2027 in South Africa,
South Africa,
Zimbabwe,
Zimbabwe and
Namibia, I guess.
like
Namibia.
And
Yeah,
then
2003
in
World Cup,
2020,
like 2003. What how it happened?
Yeah, in 2028, the T20 World Cup will be in, I think, Australia, New Zealand,
2028
and
Olympics are there, I think.
but the T20 World Cup is also there, Australia, New Zealand, and then 2029 Champions Trophy will be in India or some
Oh,
subcontinent. I don't know. It will be in
because
India predominantly, and then 30 T20 World Cup. I think
30
it's in England and Wales, and then
and
31
31
World Cup
is
again in India.
so India is
India and
getting a lot of matches
Bangladesh.
this time.
India and
So a
Yeah,
lot
Bangladesh.
of conflicts we
Yeah,
are
yeah,
seeing happening in the
yeah. So
future.
yeah. So the thing is that India had this schedule with them since, I mean, BCCI, ICC, PCB, all of them had this schedule with them, since 2020 or 2021. So they had three
yeah.
proper years to plan it, and and I think the current situation between India and Pakistan, although it's not great, but I mean it's not the worst we have seen. The worst was probably in 2018, 2019, and then back in 2008 and 2009. And even after that, I think in a couple of years after that, Pakistan came to tour India in 2012 for a 3-match T20 series, ODI, and 3-match T20 series. So yeah, so I mean, like in that case, I think this should have been communicated way earlier by BCCI. I mean, they could have, I mean BCCI could have also communicated that they are not willing to travel to Pakistan, and could have requested for a change of venue early on. I mean, before PCB could have started, or I mean, in that way, we would have not given them an opportunity. Like PCB now have an excuse that we have started preparing for the tournament, thinking that India
Yeah,
will come for the World Cup,
they have
come for
been
the
started
Yeah,
championship.
renovating the
already.
grounds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
so
grounds are being renovated. Yeah.
yeah, so now they have an excuse. I mean, like I don't know if you guys follow travel vlogs that much. So there is one guy I follow on YouTube, so his name is Yatri Doctor. So he's an Indian guy. He recently went to Lahore and Islamabad and something, and he was showing Lahore, and there he showed a snippet of the Gaddafi stadium, and it is completely being renovated.
Yeah.
Because I mean, according to the schedule, all the matches
Yeah, I
are
think
going
a
to be
couple of new
all,
stadiums are also being built during the PSL or something, I think.
yeah,
Yes, yes, and that's
all
the
the
reason England Pakistan was much shifted to Multan because the
yeah,
Yeah,
Rawalpindi Stadium was under construction.
yeah, and all the India matches were supposed to be in Lahore because of the security reasons, and also because I mean Lahore, it has the easiest access to India by land or
Yes,
by air,
to
and
the
also
Wagah border.
yeah, and also for a third reason, that Pakistan was planning to open the gates for Indian fans as well, so that they can travel, because Lahore is, I think, only 22 kilometers from the border, if I remember correctly. So 20 or 22 kilometers from the Indian border. So they were also hoping that a lot of Indian fans would come in, like not like in the 2023 World Cup in Ahmedabad, where we only had like 99.9% of Indian fans and probably a couple of Pakistani journalists. So because I think that somehow kills the spirit of the game in the crowd, because if you have like in such in such a high voltage contest, if you have only the supporters of one country or one team, then the other team somehow gets it is challenging to play in front of such a big crowd, and such a
But
hostile crowd
yeah,
when you don't have your own supporters. So
Yeah.
I think that, I mean,
but
there is
Pakistan
this huge
fans would be loving. I think some of the placards I saw that they want Virat and Rohit to come. So I think there are
yeah,
more fans of Virat than the Pakistan team currently in
yeah,
Pakistan, I believe.
but the thing is that, I mean, like no
Yeah.
one would want, if it's like a Champions Trophy final. I think a lot of
No,
people would
no,
want Virat to
no.
score a century, but then no one would want Pakistan to lose the final. So yeah, so
Yeah.
I think this is sheer
I don't
miscommunication.
I don't know if
And
Pakistan fans were allowed in the 2023 World Cup or not.
no,
Media were
no,
allowed.
I mean apparently they were allowed, but then the time span, I mean, since
Okay.
Pakistan announced very late that they were coming to India because of all this Dharamshala, Mumbai Stadium, Kolkata Stadium, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, everything. So they were choosing which stadium they want to play in, and there were some
Hmm.
security issues in Mumbai and everything. So I think that's what I heard, that initially the plan was to allow some Pakistani fans to come in, but then there was not enough adequate time to issue visas for the Pakistani visitors, because I mean, India and Pakistan, they usually take around 6 months to do proper background check and issue visa to a person of another country, if at all they are allowing anyone to travel to their side. So like there are multiple examples of such things, like Armenia, Azerbaijan, they have a very pathetic relationship, and they have a very pathetic relationship politically. So I mean, usually the FIFA makes the group in such a way that they do not usually put fall in the same group, so they don't have to travel to the other country to play these games. So that could have been taken note of, like. I mean, or for example, Israel
Yeah.
and Palestine. So Israel has shifted its base to the UEFA so that they don't have to face Palestine in AFC. Because we know that there are some things that are bigger than the sport, and that can cause some trouble and cause some ruckus in these things. So I think this is something that could have been avoided, and also the political situation and the stability in both the countries are like on completely
But
different levels. So I mean, like, you cannot compare like India going to Pakistan or Pakistan coming to India. So I mean, like, those are two absolutely different scenarios.
but
Like,
my
if you check the news, like, there was some blast in Quetta, I think a couple of weeks back or a week back in Quetta railway station. So Quetta, Balochistan, it's like 300 kilometers or something from Lahore. So I mean, like, you cannot absolutely throw in India or BCCI's point of view out of the way. Like, if there is some threat, or if there is some warrant or something, you should, on the eve of the match, that there can be possible attacks in the Gaddafi Stadium. So what is going to be done? So are they going to immediately send the players back, cancel the tournament? So yeah, it's sheer
but my point is,
miscommunication.
if Indian tennis, the other sports can go to Pakistan, because recently, I think Davis Cup is a tennis cup, and Indian players went there. Then they made as a point that if they are safe, then why the cricketers aren't get safe? So
The point, the point is that I think of the four of us, I mean, I'll give you an example. Of the four of
hmm,
us, I think only you knew this news. Even I follow tennis avidly,
no,
but even I
hmm,
did not know that
no,
Indian
that
contingent is traveling to Pakistan. So the point of
no, I
I
was
mean, the
watching the
matter of the
debates. That's
fact
why
is,
I went to got to know. Yeah,
so the matter of the fact is that, I mean, like, the cricket in India and any other
yeah,
sport in India, they are on
that's true.
completely different levels. So I
Yeah,
mean,
so
like, even if,
that's what I mean. No, maybe only 1% people knew that the tennis team has reached, but once Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Jasprit Bumrah, these big names reach Pakistan, everyone will know.
exactly, that is the problem. That is the
Maybe,
problem.
maybe that's yeah.
Yeah, and to answer Abhishek's question, I mean, I was watching one video on YouTube the last day, and exactly the same question was put forward, that why isn't the same being done for other sports? And I mean, like you guys mentioned, exactly the same thing, that I mean, so if you consider it from an invader, or let's say from an attacker point of view, I mean, they would want something, or they would want to create disturbance in the area where it can have the maximum impact. And cricket
Exactly,
is something
exactly.
that has the maximum impact, that has the greatest fan following. And I mean, they would definitely want to create, I mean, if they are at all to do something, they would like to target the cricket match first before moving to anywhere else. So that's the reason of such high security protocols, and that's the reason that BCCI, I mean, the government of India has not given clearance to the BCCI. Yeah.
But the thing is
You
that the
also have
government is giving the same
points.
clearance to the other teams also, right? The other sport
Yeah,
teams also. So
I mean,
if
again, it boils down to the impact. So as I mentioned,
no,
if
yeah,
yeah,
then it's all bonds to the government also. Even if BCCI wants, if the government doesn't allow, then so some questions are still like, because
Yeah, so can I make one small
yeah, yeah,
point? I just remembered. Yeah,
yeah,
so the thing is that whenever you are traveling to countries that have been sanctioned by your own country, so you will always need a government clearance on your behalf I mean,
hmm,
on your behalf to travel to that country. So for example, I mean, like, if you have to go from India to Pakistan, like, I went to Kartarpur corridor. Do you know Kartarpur corridor? So
yes,
that is
yes.
like,
okay, so
yeah,
I think
yeah.
we have got
it's
some new one.
I think
Ujjwal
many
Hmm.
Sikhs,
Padolia.
many
Hello,
Sikhs
guys.
go there to
hello.
Kartarpur, if I'm
And
not
after
wrong.
our
Yeah,
usual
exactly.
standard
Yeah,
45 minutes
yeah,
cricket blitz
exactly.
rule,
Exactly. So
Yes,
if you
yes.
go,
So
so
I mean, if you are a new joinee in the, I mean, please, if you are no new joinee in our family, please just press the subscribe button and also press
and
the bell icon so that you
and
can
also
get
let us know
notified in
that
the
how you
future.
got to know about this channel. That would be
Yeah,
helpful for
yeah.
us.
Also,
We
maybe
ask
share
this
one favorite
question to
video of
every
ours.
yes, we
every
ask this
new
question
viewer,
to
yes.
every viewer, and that helps
Yeah.
them. Their sessions helps us a lot.
Yeah, so
Please
so as I
continue.
was,
Yeah.
yeah, so as I was saying, so there were three stages of screening before we traveled. So initially we had to go to the local police station and report like why we are traveling. Then there were, the Ministry of External Affairs people from their office, they came and they did a thorough screening, like why are you guys, you are Hindu, why are you traveling, that too from Kolkata in summer? So what is your intention, why do you want to go to a country that is sanctioned? So I mean, where the first thing they asked us in the screening was I said that I want to visit. I like this concept of the Sikh religion, and I wanted to visit the Gurudwaras, some of the famous ones. So the first question that they asked was like, have you visited every single Gurudwara in the world that you want to travel to Pakistan now? So that is a question I did not have an answer to, but I mean, fortunately or unfortunately, I got the permit pretty easily. And then even when you do the customs and immigration, that is also very strict on, especially on the Indian side. So they are very welcoming on the Pakistani side. But I mean for common people, I mean, like 99% of the people will not create any trouble. It's always between the top level. I mean, they will have the tension,
Yeah.
and there are some nuisance creators, so they will try to distort the balance.
How was the experience? If you could tell us to our viewers who are watching,
Yeah,
because yeah,
it was fantastic. It was fantastic. Like, I mean, like, although I know that I mean, there is possibly, a bigger political reason behind opening this corridor. I mean, like, both the countries will want to show to the world that they are opening the other country with an open arm. But but it is obvious that that there are some bigger political reasons to it. But if you go there, like, I mean, like, the way they have renovated, the area, and the way they have developed the area around the Gurudwara, and the welcome by the Pakistanis, and they have a special market and the langar and everything. Like, I mean, that is very nice. It's like half a day. You go 9 in the morning and you have to come back by 4 in the evening. So I mean, like, if you want to get a taste of Pakistan without going into, I mean, too deep into the country, so, and without getting into the trouble of getting a visa or anything, so you can go there. But yeah,
so
we are moving away from the point. So I mean, that's the
Yeah,
thing. So you need a clear from,
yeah,
I mean, even we I mean, like, I am no one, and even I need a clearance from the government to go to Pakistan. So I mean, like, the players, they definitely, each of them, they do need the clearance. That was my point. So
yeah. So I think Ujjwal has come up with a comment. Anyways, Ujjwal, I mean, you didn't answer Abhishek's question, so yeah, so he's come up with it in the next question. I just searched high quality cricket discussion live and came here not buttering. High quality cricket discussions live, yeah. So I mean, that's
that's
really, I
great.
mean,
That's really great.
that's
I'm
great.
not
That's
sure
great.
if you're trying to flatter us, but even if you're doing so, we are very happy.
Uh, can we get the
Yeah.
previous comment?
Yeah, South Africa was just
Yes.
casual throughout the series. Certain players just focusing on IPL contracts, playing glory shots
Uh,
even before 2023 World Cup.
you
They
have
were
just
bashed
joined
by
us,
odds in
but
T20s, but they reached final 2024.
this is very sad that some Indian fans are still like this angle. I don't like that. Why can't we appreciate the good cricket played by India and just blame the oppositions that they are focusing on IPL content? This is very. I sometimes believe it's very harsh on the Indian team that if they play well, if they win the final, they will tell that some other team is playing the IPL content.
Yeah, also
In that
Ujjwal, I
case,
mean, since you have
India
found
should
us,
win the
so please just help us grow by one member. Just
yes.
please press the subscribe button.
In that case, India should win the Gavaskar Trophy by 5-0 then. That if that is the case.
I
Yeah,
I, I,
please.
I
Yeah,
wish, I wish.
South Africa. Yeah, so
Your views, Bhavesh, on this like this is the not the first time. Like normally I see these comments that they're targeting the IPL and it's very weird I think because so if you can elaborate on that and put on
so I mean, yeah, India. I mean, like the kind way India bowled after it wasn't like SA played badly. I think it was all down to India bowling too well on that surface. I
no
mean,
no
either
Ujjwal,
of
I'm
it,
not blaming you but I think this is just a point of view from other sources in of
and
India fans
and
so that's
also
why just
and also I think that the Quinton de Kock, after he has retired, I mean, like, South Africa is struggling to settle with the top order in T20s because
yes.
the explosive start that he used to give,
I don't know
even in
what Lisa
ODIs
Hendricks
as
is
well.
doing in that squad. Why is in the squad? First of all, I don't know. Like
I
what
also, I
impact
mean,
he's playing.
I think that's
Aiden Markram,
sympathy quota.
ever since ever since he's become the skipper, I mean, he's just forgot how to score runs. I mean, he
Yeah,
gets out cheaply, or even if he
Aiden
gets runs,
Markram.
it becomes detrimental. in the kind of way he
This
scores
guy,
runs. I mean,
I get so against. He has such a huge talent, and since past 1 year, I don't see him
so
performing
has KL
anywhere.
Rahul, South Africa's KL Rahul.
But remember Adam Makram, the century that he scored against India against that bowling lineup, the kind of
Yeah,
shots that he played, and we wonder
it
that what
is
happens to that Eden Markram. So there are two versions of the Eden Markram. I don't know.
it different in the selections for the series as well as
Possibly, yeah.
I think South Africa is still playing a full strength team. I still believe. Apart from Dabada and not Nokia, I think almost all the players were there who played the final. Yeah, Quinton de Kock has retired. So
By the way, I just want to ask a question off topic. So do you guys think that this is possibly, I mean, like include Bumrah and maybe Kuldeep depending on the track that you are playing in. So I mean, do you think that this is probably the squad, or the basic skeleton of the squad that India will be looking forward to in the
yeah,
T20 World
more or
Cup,
less, but you never know.
or,
I mean, 2 years down the
or,
line, maybe a few
or
more players might
so we
come
have
up
to check.
from.
I think in 2025 the Asia Cup is there. I think, and it is a 20-over format. So on that we'll get more clarity at who they will play. But
so
surely
do
I
you
think
Yeah, but more or
so
less, I mean,
do
at
you
this point
yeah
of time,
do
India
you
have a
think like
lot of players.
Yashasvi Jaiswal starts, or do you think this is the opening pair?
I would go with Abhishek
Maybe,
Sharma. Maybe
maybe this, maybe this one. Sorry.
I would go with Abhishek Sharma. The way he's playing, and
Yeah, yeah. Also, I mean, Nitish Reddy played in that South Africa, in that Bangladesh series. He wasn't here this time. Jaiswal hasn't
even
played for a while
Riyan
because
Parag
of
is
his.
not here yet. So he has
Yeah,
also showed his
Riyan
ability
Parak played in the
with the
middle. So,
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of players.
There's a huge
Where,
talent.
yeah,
Two players are confirmed: Hardik Pandya and Surya Kumar Yadav, and you can also confirm Bumrah and Akshar Patel. These four
Depending
players
on depending on Bumrah, if Bumrah does not have any injury, touch wood.
and Kuldeep. So these
Okay,
five players are
so
confirmed. I believe.
yeah, we have a comment from Ujwal that he's saying that Riza and Aiden are literally burdens, just like Babar and Rizwan for Pakistan. Okay.
Rizwan, I think, is still scoring some important runs for Pakistan on and off, but Babar, I think, is.
I think just like Test cricket, he should now leave T20 cricket also and just focus on ODI.
we have seen legendary 3D guys snatching a spot within 2 months. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's discussing about
Vijay
the 2019.
yeah,
Shankar.
Vijay Shankar, Ambati Rayudu.
Actually, Vijay Shankar was as a batter, was not that bad, but because
Vijay
remember the New
Shankar
Zealand game,
almost single-handedly lost us the Nidadas Trophy final.
yeah. But if you remember one game against New Zealand when India toured, he and Raidu like did very well. And scored a good partnership. If you remember,
Yeah, 18 for 4, and then Rayudu scored the
yes.
90. I think it was
So
the
I
fifth
think he
match.
was good in
Hardik also
swinging
scored some
conditions.
50.
He had the technique, but somehow, yeah, after that he couldn't manage. But and I remember in Pakistan game, Bhuvneshwar Kumar got injured and
Yeah,
he was given
Imamul
the
Haq.
ball and he tapped
Imamul Haq,
incredible do.
last ball.
Yeah.
First ball, yeah, wicket on the first ball.
Okay.
But
Do we have any
yeah,
more comments?
now the
Are you
comment is
guys
slowly coming.
following
Yeah,
England
we were
versus West
discussing.
Indies?
Yeah, we were discussing about that only. I mean, England were thoroughly good. Also, I mean,
Now,
yeah, Liam Livingstone was very good throughout the series. He was the highlight. Also, I think one player who has impressed me since that Australia series is Jacob Bethel. I have seen some good hitting and composure in that kid. I mean, he has some good technique, I think, and he has also played well when the wickets have fallen. He's taken his time and settled. I think he can be given a long rope. Also, I feel he may get some bidding in this upcoming IPL auction. Jacob Bethel, he can bowl left arm spin and bat down the order.
Jacob Bethel,
So
yes.
yeah,
The
let's see
spinner one,
how
right?
he
Who
has.
the spinner who bowls a bit fast? Oh, that was no,
No, no, that is Dan
that was
Mosley.
Jack Mosley.
That is Dan
Ben
Mosley. He
Mosley, yeah.
was good. He was good in the 100. One match he defended some 8 runs of 10 balls or something. I remember. Dan Mosley. Yeah, he bowls fast. I think he is more of the from the Shahid Afridi school of bowling, where come and
Hmm.
throw the ball.
Guys, is Shubman Gill out of the first test or something?
Yeah, so we can come back to border. No,
Yeah, he got
it's not yet confirmed, I
injured.
think.
He got injured today. I saw Dev Sports reporting, but I'm not sure what's the current update.
If
Even
that is
Also,
the
we
what's
saw
case,
Virat
the
injured yesterday,
yeah?
but I think he's
if that
clear
is the
now.
case, bring Pujara back. That would be good news for Indian team then.
Also,
Yes,
what's
please,
the
please.
update on Rohit? Is he in the first test? Uh,
I
No,
think most
no, I think he
probably
has been
he's
blessed with a baby boy.
coming.
So those
Yeah,
who
yeah,
don't know,
yesterday. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, congrats to Rohit and his family. I mean, it's a great moment for
yes.
his family. So I think maybe he might want to spend some time and maybe come in the
As a
second test in the first
captain,
match.
who yeah. So Saptash, if you can pin that comment. Uh,
G. Smith or V. Kohli?
so I think
Honest
Gambhir
yeah,
has
in
come.
my
opinion.
So
opinion,
Okay, so
Graham Smith
speaking of
any
Graham
day,
Smith, I would
any
pick
day,
Graham Smith any day.
any day. Test matches
No disrespect to
captaincy.
Virat, but I think that team under Graham Smith was simply
Graham
outstanding. I
Smith
mean,
is just.
they didn't
I mean,
lose any
there's yeah.
overseas series for some 3 or 4 years, if I'm not wrong. I think
Oh,
they
I mean,
sorry, I
it would be
eventually
forgot.
went
very
in Australia.
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think Virat comes till in top five. I think of the number as a percentage
No,
of
but
wins, but I
Graham
think
Smith, yeah,
Graham
is
Smith
just
was
on a
number one.
different
Yeah,
level. He was on a different level. I mean, you can't compare, man. I mean, the comparison would be harsh on Graham Smith's part, to be very honest.
just because he was given captaincy at a very young age, I remember, and he conquered all
yeah,
the parts of the world, be it Australia, be it India.
yeah.
I
He
think India
drew
they
in
drew.
Australia. He drew in India. I think in England they won in 2012. Then I think in Australia they won a couple of times or
Yeah,
so. And at home they were anyways lethal.
Yeah,
and that
I think
South
at home
African
India.
test team, my goodness.
My goodness, that was something else. It's very unfortunate that team didn't win any tournament. So
I mean,
apart from the Champions Trophy,
Had WTC been there, I mean, back then, I mean, I'm pretty sure South Africa would have won at least one for sure.
Yeah,
we
like if
don't
Yeah, yeah,
WTC was there.
but to be honest, maybe can't be sure. Maybe South
can't be
Africa would
stopped with
have had
South
a bad
Africa. You
day.
can't
The
exactly.
kind of fortunes they have, no one knows. Even 2015. I mean, that team. How can that team lose? I still can't fathom.
I think New
Yeah,
Zealand has made a habit of like giving us big shocks. They will not win, but they will give us
Yeah,
shocks.
even the 2023 World Cup semi-final, it was last year on this day. Like South Africa did a very
Yeah,
good comeback with the ball, and then I think
I
who
think the
was in that
first
come?
60 runs, which was scored quickly in the power play, that
yeah,
was a massive difference.
and I remember most of the people I think were supporting in Eden Gardens. Shane Watson was saying on commentary that most of the people at Eden were supporting South Africa. Maybe they didn't want Australia to come to the final.
Yeah, I was supporting South Africa to be very honest. I didn't want it
No,
Australia to
no,
come.
no. I wanted Australia to come so that we could beat them, but unfortunately that did not happen.
Yeah,
you can't take chance with Australia, at least not
yes,
in ODI World Cups
No,
for sure.
yeah,
yes. At
but I
least
have
not
a
in ODI World Cup.
philosophy.
That's the main
Yeah,
point.
but I have a philosophy. Like if you have to be the best, you need to beat the best.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
yeah,
In
so there is no.
T20 World Cups, you still have the chance in Champions Trophy, but in ODI World
Yeah,
Cups, there are different
yeah, I
beasts.
think yeah, I think I will make a statement which many of you might disagree with, but in T20s I mean Australia is a bang average team. They have amazing players, but as a team over
Yeah,
the
I
years they
strongly
have been
agree.
pretty
Yeah,
I
I
underrated.
think
strongly
they
agree.
haven't. They have been another team who haven't maybe prioritized that much on the T20 format. They have more prioritized on the ODI and Test formats. And I think mostly, if you see, even the T20 teams, they haven't had T20 specialists. They mostly played T20 with the players they had in the other formats. Yeah, sometimes it works out for them. That's good, but most of the times it didn't work out for them.
Not just in
Exactly.
ODI World Cups. I think the
Yes, Ujwal,
Champions
exactly
Trophy
my
also
yeah.
they have been very
Yeah,
ordinary comparing the records. So it's just ODI World Cup which brings the hunger out of them. I see.
Yeah, Saptash, if you can pin that comment, exactly the point we were mentioning. That
Yeah,
is one
yeah.
hell of a
So
performance.
for Graham Smith, yeah, Graham Smith series win loss. Even in OS in 2008, I think there was one match where South Africa chased down some 400 odd, if I'm not wrong. I think
Yes,
AB got some
At Perth,
100.
I think De Villiers scored
AB
a
and
double
Callis
century.
got hundreds.
Dumini scored batted value. I remember that match. Means I
Yeah,
didn't
I
see
mean
that
De
match.
Villiers. I
I
mean
saw the highlights.
another man who was so good throughout his career. He could play any kind of innings, but never got the chance to win any sort of trophy. I mean,
Domini.
such a sad part.
Dumini, I think, scored a century or he played win on that match. I remember. I
Yeah,
think so.
excellent fielder, excellent all round player, amazing
Hmm.
fielder, amazing bowler.
Yeah.
Okay, so
AB de
Yeah, so
Villiers
it
was a
was
great test
yeah.
batter.
So South Africa were chasing 414, and they won by 6 wickets,
My goodness.
Yeah,
and
this reminds me
Graham
of an
Smith
ODI
scored
classic.
100. Graham Smith scored 108. Hashim Amla scored 53. Kelly scored 57. AB scored 106. Dumini scored 50, and AB scored at a strike rate of 57.
Was a different player. I think with this T20 IPL, I think he did, people forgot that he was a great test batter with around 8,000, 9,000 test runs and a
No,
healthy
he had
average.
good average in almost. I think that this is something which happens with Chris Gayle more, because I think Chris Gayle, everyone remembers him as that six-hitter, the legend in T20 cricket, but he's
But
Hmm.
no
a
one
more
remembers the
than good
333. Yeah,
test batter. Yeah,
no
he's a
one
very
remembers
good
the
test batter. I
333.
think he has a very
No,
good record.
he has around 7,000 test runs, and if he didn't quit test here,
And
he quit it
even
very
if you see
early.
his ODI stats, he's a very good ODI all-rounder, I would say. When he has plenty of wickets, I think he has 150 or
Yeah.
some wickets
If
with the ball.
if someone has 10,000 ODI runs, you cannot tell him that he's. So he has done in all the formats, scored in all the formats. Just the thing
There
is
are a
that
lot of there are a lot of players, whose contribution, get undermined because either of their white ball performance, or maybe it does not come so much because they're not doing so much
mm,
showboating, while they're playing. Because, for example, I was going through MS Dhoni's records, for example, as a test player, because I had an argument with someone like, uh,
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah, and
yeah, I mean,
Dhoni,
me being a MS fan, have had arguments with a lot of people regarding his test career. Yeah, definitely you can't call him the best, but he's no Adam Gilchrist, or maybe even Rishabh Pant has done
no,
better
no,
than him
I
in his small
disagree
series.
with that. I was
But
just
yeah,
yeah,
discussing with Ritik last time. You tell me how many keepers have scored 5,000 around test runs with an average
yeah,
of
and I
40.
mean the kind of innings he has. Also, if you see the impact of most of his knocks, I mean, in 2007 he saved a game at Lords with Srishant
exactly.
Yeah,
at the 10th wicket. Then he scored a 90 when the team required him to score fast in that final game at Oval, if I'm not wrong. Then come to 2014, then no one could bat against Jimmy Anderson. He played Jimmy Anderson the best. He scored 82 when India were
he
20th
was
for
very
5 or
well
something.
in
Then those last
2011.
two tests at Old Trafford and Oval, he scored almost 70% of the team's runs in the first innings. So
He was good in New Zealand. The 2009 series, he scored couple of
yeah,
50s.
2014 also he scored. I think in New Zealand he has a tremendous ODI record also. He has some almost 80 odd
That's what
average
I
and
say.
100
When
plus strike
people
rate.
say him that he's not a great test batter, I just tell him that show me
Yeah,
any keeper.
if you can say he has been poor somewhere, I think it's the T20 I said. Maybe his strike rate has been a bit low, but
No,
then again,
yeah.
if you delve further into that, he was good in the last 3 4 years. Before that, maybe he hadn't been able to crack the T20 code that much. Maybe.
No, my
Yeah,
point is
I mean,
that you show me any
people,
wicketkeeper who has that much amount of runs with a 40 average.
yeah,
I
people actually
remember
tend to
only
go with, just
Gilchrist.
the records. Yeah, just the
Gilchrist has
records.
around
Sangha, I
5,000
think.
test runs with an average of is a good average. But you have to remember Dhoni quit test cricket very early. He could have
Yeah,
played easily for 5 years and could have got more runs. Only keeper I remember getting that amount of runs is Alex Stewart, if you know, the England wicket keeper. He has
Yeah,
around
England,
8,000.
England.
He has around 8,000 test runs. But apart from that, I don't remember
Gilchrist had how many?
5,000 something. We were checking last time only. I think Ritik can remember. So these are the standard runs and average which keeper
I
can
think
possess.
Boucher has some 4,000 odd runs, and
5,000
I'm
something. But
not sure about
with a 30,
Gilchrist.
he has 47 average. His average is good, but his yeah.
Also, I mean, Dhoni had the ability to get those quick runs when required. I mean,
Yes.
that to 200 which he scored in a single day against Australia in Chennai in
Yeah.
2013.
Just people forget he was so much good, so good in the white ball that people
Yeah, so
forget
I
his
think
test
that's
knocks.
something which plays. I mean, people remember Dhoni more as the white ball batter and the skipper, but I mean, maybe a part which has played in this thing is that the team lost so many matches during his 10-year term. Also, the big reason was maybe the team was in sort of a transition phase and all those things,
Transition
because
phase.
at one point of time he took India to number one in Test rankings, but after that, that decline started when those whitewashes happened. And the
Yes,
team
I
was in sort of
think
a transition phase. Sachin retired, VVS retired, Dravid retired in 2011. Then the bowlers also, I think Praveen Kumar and all those guys were playing at that point of time.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take Ujwal's comment. Yeah. There's always that one team during an era that continuously qualifies for knockouts but can't win, much like Sri Lanka 2000 to 2015,
no, they
New
won the
Zealand
2014
2000,
World Cup.
New
Yeah,
Zealand
but
2000.
if you
Yeah.
remember Sri Lanka, I mean, yeah, he's written 2015. He should have written 2013, because before that Sri Lanka were continuously losing tournaments. 2013, they
Yes,
lost that tri series against
seven,
India, where
2007
MS won the MS won
World
the
Cup.
game for
2007.
India. Then
7-11.
2013 City semi-final, they lost against India.
That
2012
was a
final, you
one-sided
shouldn't.
affair.
2012 final, you should have never lost, but Marlon Samuels played one hell of an innings.
That was
Then
one hell of an
2011,
innings.
everyone remembers that final. Then 2010, I think they
Two-
didn't qualify.
2007,
2009, they
2007,
lost against Pakistan in T20 World Cup final. Shahid
2007 it
Afridi got.
was against Australia.
Australia,
2007,
Australia,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Kingston.
So they lost multiple. Even in 2003, they lost against Australia in the semi-final, I think.
Yes, yeah, you're absolutely
And
right.
99.
1998 is Pakistan, Pakistan,
No, no,
Australia.
1999, I think 1999 Sri Lanka were very poor as a defending champion, much like England in 2023.
Right. Yes. Right.
I think it was Pakistan, Australia in the final Lords.
Yeah, and I
Australia,
remember, I mean,
Pakistan.
Pakistan was a very good team in the tournament. I've seen
Yeah,
some
and
players
how
saying,
Pakistan,
I was hearing one interview of Shoaib Akhtar or Wasim, I think he was saying that they still can't imagine why that team couldn't win the World Cup. They were better than Australia on paper, but they just couldn't click on that
one
day.
the and the strange, the shocking decision which everybody thinks of now as why you chose to bat in those overcast conditions, considering the bowling lineup you had. So that is
I
also
th-
one decision.
I think that is the story of half of the World Cup final tosses.
Yeah,
You take 2003, you take 2023.
yeah,
No,
I
Yeah.
like in
2023, Australia anyways won the toss, but I think
yeah,
1999 Pakistan
yeah.
won the
No.
toss.
I
Pakistan
mean,
won
I
the
mean,
toss.
no. The thing is, like, I mean, like when Rohit was asked, he was saying that we would anyways have
Yes,
batted first. So I mean, like if he would have won the
Maybe
toss
he
and
had something different in mind, but he just didn't wanted to show to Australia that I haven't got what I wanted.
yeah.
maybe maybe you never know.
Even I
I
But
remember in that England in that Adelaide T20 World Cup semi-final against England when Josh elected to bowl first, he said we would want to bat first, but I don't think anyone would have wanted to bat first on that pitch, knowing that it was gonna be easy to bat second.
second
no,
innings.
but the point is that India over the last 2-3 years, especially under Rohit Sharma's captaincy, the template has been like to play aggressive. I mean,
Aggressive.
like the couple of 1, 2, 3. I mean, Virat Kohli will anchor 1, 2, 4. They
Yes,
will come and do the power hitting. 5 and 6 will also come and score some quick runs, and then I mean, if you have to go down to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then
yes,
they will try to manage singles and doubles and a
Yeah.
sneaky boundary here and there. So that has been the template. I mean, like I think even in the first test against New Zealand, they tried to apply the same technique, and that is why they took the batting
that's
and
the
yeah and
unfortunately that
yeah
happens cannot happen in Test cricket.
yeah that's the
I,
biggest brain
I
fail of
mean, the problem
2024.
with Rohit Sharma is when he was just getting his techniques correct in Test cricket, at that point of time, he became the captain of the white ball side. And with the current demand of the white ball format, he just rejuvenated his batting. He just revolutionized his batting, and now
Yeah,
he tries to go hard in those first 10 overs in both the formats.
because
And
I
I
remember,
mean,
yes, correct.
once you have just mentally prepared yourself, your muscles are prepared. There's that muscle memory, and at this age, it's not easy to prepare yourself for two styles of game. So
Yeah.
that's when his test game got hampered.
Yeah, if we talk about the 2023 World Cup also, I think this was his template. Rohit
Yeah,
will smash and Kohli will anchor. So
exactly.
Yeah,
this
so
is
Ujjwal has come up with a good question.
Okay. Phil
Also,
Salt or Sanju?
I would go
yeah,
with Sanju Samson because the range of strokes he has and the muscle power basically what he how he possesses. I think I would go any day. Sanju Samson. The only thing is that how age. I think he's much older than Phil Salt. So that is one of the things.
I think Sanju is 29 or 30, maybe, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Guys, also
So
keep an eye on Gurbaz. Gurbaz has been playing some phenomenal cricket
Gurbaz.
recently.
Yeah.
Gurbaz on his day, if he's set, he will score a big century. That I have
Yeah,
seen.
I was seeing a stat that only Sachin Tendulkar and Gurbaz has 28 ODI centuries. I mean, below the age of 22 or something, or at the age of 22.
Yeah,
Virat has 7
yeah.
and Shubman has 6 or something.
Sachin's ODI century came way long. I think he played 70 ODI matches before he got his
Yeah,
first century. I think.
Okay, so I guess we can maybe move into the final discussion today. I mean, the final topic of discussion, of course, the BGT.
let's go.
yeah. So, well, give a one word
Do
answer.
we?
Who is that one player you remember from your childhood? You used to think, hey, God, this man should have played for India and we would have been great.
Can you specify the format? If it's Test cricket or T20 or
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one day?
that would
Yeah,
be
that's
helpful. That would be helpful.
Because if it's Test cricket, one name comes to my mind is that Wasim Jafar.
Absolutely.
He didn't get that enough chances, which he
No,
used
I
to
mean,
get.
I think his question is like you can say some overseas player name also. I mean, like maybe you just fear this player so much and you want to be you want to have the player on your side.
From
Maybe something
overseas,
like that.
from overseas.
Yeah, I
Okay, I
mean, it's
think he has
like you can
commented.
say maybe I want
Test
this
or
XYZ player to be
yeah.
to be in India, not play
Okay,
against us.
then any
Yeah,
day
he's talking
AB
about
de
overseas
Villiers.
also. So I got his
AB de
question
Villiers.
correct. Yeah, I think these guys also come after a long time. Musical being, I mean, so or easy new. I don't remember. So guys, please subscribe our channel. I mean,
We are coming to the
I'm happy you're
Gavaskar
commenting,
Trophy,
but
but
please
let's
put the
let's
subscribe
answer
button, please.
let's answer his question first. I think Ujjwal. I think for me it's always will be AB de Villiers always. If we
Yeah,
talk about
And
this
in
modern day cricket,
and in which format are you mentioning that? In
both
which format?
both ODI and
Okay.
Test both, even T20 also.
Yeah.
This guy could play anywhere on any surface, and he could like if you want him to defend the balls, he will defend you also in tricky surfaces, and if you want him to play aggressively, also he will play. So he was just a different kind of player. So I
Yeah.
will go
In
with him.
tests, I think I would. I mean, if you ask me for related to an Indian player, I mean, I think Wasim Jafar deserved more chances,
Yeah, but I think he's
especially in
asking about the
tests.
overseas, so you can all
No,
from
he
the
has not
overseas.
Yeah,
specified. He has not specified, I guess.
for me, if you want some overseas player, then it would probably be Jack Callis.
Jack
Yeah.
Scullis, yes.
Oh man, that guy.
Oh man.
And also, I mean, since you mentioned, I mean, I was very fond of Shane Warne and always wanted that guy.
No,
I
I
mean,
think he's asking about
yeah.
late
Maybe everyone from that Australian lineup: Ricky Ponting, Adam
Ricky
Gilchrist.
Ponting,
No,
yes.
I would not want a problematic character like Ricky Ponting in the team.
but Shane Warne, that sort of leg spinner. Oh my god.
My God. For him, I think umpiring could have been way much difficult. Otherwise, kudos to those
Yeah.
who umpired in his prime.
Yeah.
Which
Rudy
one
Gordon and those
you can
guys.
also name the players. You can also name the
Yes,
players
please,
you would.
please let us know your thoughts on that question. Yeah,
And
we
if
would like to
I
know
would,
your answers.
if we need one bowler, I would go with Justin. I
Yes,
think he can pick.
I would go with Wasim Akram.
Yeah, but I think he talking about the late 2000-ish or early 1990s. I'm not sure. So I'm all giving the answers based on uh after 2008 or something.
I
Because
mean, yeah. So if you're asking, then even Kumar Sangakkara comes to my mind, especially at the end of his career, the way he was batting. Oh my god, that in
yeah,
tests.
Yeah, like
Okay, so this,
currently, if you ask, I mean, correct. Okay, so he's let us take
yeah,
musical being.
exactly
Okay,
the what point we were going to, I mean, discuss about. He's talking about the BGT, I think.
yeah,
yes.
this
So
BGT
let's
is
come
gonna
back
be
to the
tough.
BGT. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we
lot
have
of
covered
comments
all the
on that.
questions. We have covered the series and all.
Should Shami and Rohit play at Perth? Okay.
So considering Shami has taken a forfeit in the Ranji Trophy game which he played, and I was
Yeah, four
watching
wickets in the first innings, 3 wickets in the second innings, and 37 out of 36 with the bat.
Dinesh Karthik and Zaid Khan in the cricket bus. He was telling that after this match, most of the games will be, I think, T20 matches. I think Vijay Hazare or something. I don't know. So he was telling that why waste him playing those T20 matches? Just take him to the Australia and let the management decide what they want out of it. I think they will be the best to decide.
Okay, okay. Nice to know. He's mentioning Andrew Simons. He wanted that sort of a character in his team. Okay, Saptarshi, you
The
can pin that comment.
the great late Andrew Simons. What a guy that
Yeah,
was.
Andrew Simons, I mean, another
One
guy
knock
who
that comes to my mind is that 2003 World Cup, where I think Australia were 5 down against Pakistan, and he scored a brilliant
no,
century
it was
against Wasim.
Pakistan or it was New Zealand.
Pakistan, I think.
Okay.
Very
And
well,
what an amazing fielder he was. Oh my god.
yeah. He just ruined his career, I think, by not having the discipline. Going to fishing on a meeting days with his father, but that was some. He was some character, man.
And then the Harbhajan Singh issue with Andrew
Yeah,
Simons.
And that monkey gate scandal, I think.
Yes.
those were some of the like the best days of Test cricket.
Yeah. Okay, so that this BGT is going to be tough. India need to be they at their best. Absolutely. That so I think he wants us
Okay,
to discuss on the BGT.
okay, so let's have something interactive on the BGT. I'm asking you three guys your prediction for the maximum runs, maximum wickets from the Indian side and the Australian side. So first, I
Maximum
will go
wickets.
to
Okay,
First, I
yeah,
will
please.
let me go to the guy who once resembled Travis Head in his looks, Rajat.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this will be a redemption series for Virat Kohli. I think this will be a redemption
Everyone
series
wants
for.
so. Is
I
this a
mean,
wish or is this a prediction?
this is a prediction. Like, I mean, this is when big players, come to the forefront and show, I mean, what they are capable of. You
Yeah,
take
sure.
any example. Yeah, you take any example when you thought once that Sachin was going to be down and out, and then he came back and played some fantastic knocks. And then, I mean, I can give you even more examples in football, because I've been recently watching more football as well. And like people have already, they had already signed off Messi. He was 35, and then he came back after the first match loss against Saudi Arabia, and then took the world to the World Cup. Not the final. He just single-handedly won the tournament. So and
He
and,
was
and
good with
Virat has,
assists.
yeah, and also Virat Kohli has also done the same thing previously as well. I mean, like, I think I remember it was one match probably against Pakistan, and India needed to chase some 340 or something odd in 40 overs, and Virat Kohli
No,
came
Sri
came
Lanka, Sri
Sri
Lanka,
Lanka,
that
Sri Lanka,
Hobart,
Sri
Sri
Lanka.
Hobart,
Lanka, yes,
No bad.
yeah,
Hobart match.
yeah, and he came out and he scored some 180, 183 or something, and won us the match. And
137, I think, of very very smashed Malinga for 22 runs in an over.
yeah, I think I'm confusing two matches. Yeah, that's one
Yeah.
against Pakistan and one against Sri Lanka. And then even if you think about this recently T20 concluded T20 World Cup, we had all signed Virat Kohli off. I think in January most of us did not want Rohit and Virat in the tournament, and we saw what they're capable of.
Yes.
Especially in the Australia match and in the semi-finals, and
Rohit in
Virat
the
Kohli.
Australian semi-final match and Virat Kohli in the final after 3 wickets were down.
And Virat Kohli 34 for 3. Virat Kohli comes. Virat Kohli takes the strike and then takes India to a respectable total. So I mean, I'm banking on Virat Kohli to be, Virat Kohli and also KL Rahul. I think, I mean, this has to be the make
Okay.
or break series for the three of them. I'm not expecting much from Rohit Sharma, because I have a feeling that he has adapted too much to the white ball game, and it might be difficult for him to, make a proper comeback into the test side, because if he does that, then it might affect his ODI game as well. And then probably since he's planning to extend his ODI career, he might not be wanting to compromise on that as well. So I'm guessing it could probably be Virat Kohli or KL Rahul. So I mean, from the Indian side. And if you're talking about bowling, uh, then I mean, depending on who plays, I mean, from the Indian side, because it has to be mostly it has to be someone from the from the pace attack. So I will probably go with this guy, Jasprit Bumrah. It's a safe option, and I mean, like, depending on how many matches, if Shami plays, depending on how many matches Shami plays, or Akashdeep, because Siraj was very good last time. So I mean, he's been recently a little bit off color, but I think, I mean, like, the fast bowlers, if they have a little bit of confidence, the pitch has, the pitch can make, some average or above average bowlers extraordinary, just like the rank turners did in India to the, bang average spinners like Mitch Santner and Glenn Phillips. So I mean, like, even inexperienced bowlers in Australia, they can turn the game head over heels. So I'll go with Virat Kohli and Jasprit Bumrah, safe options from the Indian side, and maybe KL Rahul as a reserve for the batting. And for the batting on the Australian side, it's difficult. I will come back to that. Probably Usman Khawaja or maybe Steve Smith, because Steve Smith also again has the same pedigree as Virat Kohli. He also has, this record of coming back. I mean, like, and playing in the most important, crucial matches. And we all know what kind of a quality test batter Steve Smith is. And for wickets, I think it's going to be Mitch Stark undoubtedly. I think Stark is going to be their most important weapon. The left hand bowler angling into the pads the body of the right hand batsman. In Perth, in Australia, in Adelaide, in Gabba. I think that's going to be crucial. I mean, it's for the first three tests. I think it's going to be, yeah, the battle between the left hand pacer. I mean, Mitchell Stark versus the right hand batsman of India, and then Jasprit Bumrah versus the top order of Australia.
Okay, so I think Rajat Baniwas has given a detailed explanation. So, any changes from that or same, Abhishek?
No, same.
Yeah. I think if we talk about the batting side, I would still go with Virat Kohli considering his experience playing in Australia. And the last time, if you talk about the Perth match, he has the brilliant century which is scored. So Virat Kohli, and I think I was listening to the commentators, and I think it is somehow a boon for him to play now in Australia, considering how he was struggling against spin, and if you remember the last South Africa series, he was good against the pace and bounce of the South African fast bowlers, and he looked one batter who was different than the other batters in the Test squad. So yes, I would go surely with Virat Kohli. The only thing I could see that could trouble him is Nathan Lyon, so he has to be a bit careful against him. But I think he can easily handle. And considering how he has played Stark, Cummins, and Hazelwood for ages now, so I don't think if he just gets a start, I think he can make it a big one. So just we have to see how he goes. I think, and yeah, I think for bowling, I think Bumrah is the one who I will be looking for.
And from the Australian side,
From the Australian side, so yeah, I wanted to bring it on discussion also because see, if you're talking about Indian struggles, Australian batsmen, the top order is also struggling to find an opener. And considering how they struggled against Pakistani seamers in this ODI series, if you talk about Marnus, the way he struggled against Harris Shroff in by nicking off through the slips, it was proper test match dismissals. Steve Smith looked good to me, but I'm not sure about Mitchell Marsh. So their top order also looks a bit crumbling to me. So I would go with maybe Travis Head because he is the one who has troubled India a bit in the past. But India has about had gone better of him. If we talk about the last series, Bumrah was taking his wickets regularly, and he has troubles against Bumrah in Test matches. So
previous series, I mean, which series you
uh,
are speaking?
2021, also
No,
2018.
2020, 2021, I think Ashwin got head. Head played only one or two games, if
No,
I
no.
remember.
I think it was Bumrah also got like he was not getting big runs. That's what I want to say. Like
But then
Indian
again, I
bowlers
mean,
were.
that head was different. I think the
No,
head
but
we
that,
know emerged from
yeah,
2021
that
Ashes,
I
if I
agree.
remember.
So if we talk about the Test matches, Indian bowlers got a better of him. But he is the one who has. I don't see Smith scoring that much of amount of runs currently in this series because of his technical issues. You could say
Yeah, so
and the
also, I mean,
age.
maybe, yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Maybe let's take Ujjwal's comments. He's commenting a lot.
Yeah, and
So,
for bowler it would be Pat Cummins. I'm worrying about Pat Cummins more because
yeah,
India
so,
has
I mean,
played Stark pretty well. So
yeah,
that's why.
I mean, coming back to Ritik a bit while, but let's take Ujjwal's comment. So, if Ritik can take the comments.
Yeah, I don't think we can really predict BGT. It's just about how both teams play out their first innings. Yeah, how the bowlers bowl, because in such a contest, early punches can really set the tone from the start. Absolutely agreed. I mean,
I just yeah, exactly,
we have all seen
exactly.
that. I mean, the initial phases, especially the team batting first on day one, and if the bowling side gets a few early wickets, all of a sudden the batting team gets under pressure, and that sort of dictates the terms. In most occasions, of course, the course of the match. So yeah, I mean, the first few overs, the first 1 and 1.5 hours especially for the batting side, that would be I mean, something to watch out for.
Absolutely. Also, the way I would like to say how Ashwin bowls if he gets a chance. That I don't think he will get a chance in the Perth, but it's in Sydney or Melbourne he can get a chance. So it also depends on how Ashwin bowls in these services.
Yeah, good point, Ujjwal. Those 50-60 runs might
Mitch
haunt us.
Marsh, but Mitch Marsh has never been good against India. So I don't remember, especially in Test matches, he's a very inconsistent player. But yes, on his day he can like smash bowling liners for fun. But for India, I haven't seen him yet. The past two tours, I don't know about the future. But yes, if gets going, it can be a dangerous. But the one I'm worrying more about is Travis Head. I'm not earlier used to worry about Steve Smith more, but this time I'm worried more about Travis Head, not Smith and
Yeah.
Marnus anymore.
Also, is Green on in the squad? Cameron Green.
I'm not sure about
No,
that,
no,
but
I think he's not there, most probably.
and
Okay.
Khwaja, at least in Perth and all those tracks, I would not be worried about him much. In Sydney, I would be worried about him more, but that's later. So we can analyze, I think, 11 versus 11. I think that would be better. I think.
Yeah, I mean, if we can also, if you guys want, I mean, I'm asking the audience that we can have a separate discussion altogether for the BGT. and that would
Yeah,
be really
separate discussion would
interesting.
come, but I think since you have some time left, we can analyze both the players. So one versus one of from both the time teams and analyze that who is.
Yeah,
That would be good, I think. And also, I think one more is that we are forgetting Rishabh Pant this time. The
yeah.
way
I
he
mean, that
played,
guy.
he could be a match game changer for us. The only thing I would love to have is Pujara. So I don't know how Gil will here at number 3 because last time Pujara was taking all the blows and all, but he was keeping one hand safe. So this time Gil has that massive responsibility on his shoulders. So which I'm not that much confident on. So
Yeah, exactly.
just worried
Do
about
you
that thing
guys
only.
have
That
more topics to cover? If not, I have a quick game to play. Okay.
Yeah. So what topic you want?
I think he's talking about a game, Saptarshi. If you can just pin that comment.
No, no. He's saying we have a he will go to play a game. So if we are discussing on the
No,
BGT
no.
only,
He
he's
we
was
not
can.
have
he's
a good.
asking that
I think he's not.
if we have more topics to cover. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I think he's saying. If we have anything else to discuss apart from BGT, he will wait, or else I think he will go and have his game.
His cricket game, I think, outdoors. I have to also go in some in few minutes. So
So what
yeah,
topic you want? I mean, we have discussed England,
Yeah.
West Indies, we have discussed Australia, Pakistan, we have discussed India, South Africa, we have discussed BGT. What else? You want IPL? IPL, we might have a separate discussion. I think it's already 1 hour,
yeah,
30 minutes.
yes,
Yeah,
it will
so,
be very much hectic for that. And we are
yeah.
planning to come in live on auction also. I think Saptarshi can elaborate more on that. On
Yeah. On
24th and
Yeah,
25th.
24th,
so,
5th. Yeah.
yeah, so
Yes,
what we are
Saptarshi.
planning is maybe come up live for 2, 3 times, maybe during the auction, after a couple of sets or so, when there's a significant break,
But
we
wait,
might come. So let's see.
in
I mean,
India it's already 10. I think 10:30, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
what kind of
yeah.
game he wants to play now?
I think video games maybe.
Or in India, I think day and what to say, game under lights. I don't know.
The game is overrated or underrated. If you guys are comfortable.
So what are you saying?
I didn't get your comment actually, to be honest. IPL edition.
I think he's talking about the IPL. I think so. I think to me it's neither overrated nor underrated. I think a bit mixed. But I think he gets some great talents from the IPL.
Yeah.
Also, some IPL talents get to in the past used to get a chance in Indian team way quicker than the domestic performers. So a coin has both the sides, and I would say that
Yeah.
it has
Definitely not underrated for sure. IPL is definitely
yeah,
not underrated.
yes,
See, I think IPL has its pros and cons. I mean, it definitely also makes a lot of careers. I mean, with the emergence of IPL, it has not only made BCI that much powerful, but also it has built a lot of careers. I mean, you imagine someone like a Rinku Singh, he would have still played domestic cricket, but I mean, the IPL has given him so much of
okay.
opportunities also.
I think
Yeah,
he wanted to
Saptarshi,
play a
if
game
you
with
can
us.
come a bit closer. I think Saptarshi is not. You're not very clearly audible. I mean,
So
I
I think
guess.
Ujjwal is challenging us. So he's telling that you guys tell whether plays overrated or underrated, and I will
Okay.
throw. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. Also, Saptarshi, if
Okay.
you can just come a bit closer to the mic. I mean, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, surely. So send it.
And
Send
let's
the
do it with proper reasoning. So
okay, so you send maybe 3 names and one each will take.
yeah,
We will take one each. Robin Uthappa. So
underrated.
let me take.
Underrated.
I think
Underrated for sure.
underrated. Underrated.
Especially if you remember the 2007 World Cup where he just stepped down against those fast bowlers. He was
Even
a
even in
different side too.
2007, there was one series against England. I think where he got the
Yes, I think
acronym
it
of
was in the
working
oval. I
assassin.
think oval.
Yeah. I think that match where Dimitri
He finished the
Mascarenhas
match. I
got
think
five
India was
sixes
chasing
against.
three and 300 plus. Yes, that was a great match. He didn't get much chances
Okay,
for sure. Yes,
Manish Pandey.
Manish Pandey.
I think in the
underrated.
ODI format, he could have got more chances, but in T20 he was horrible. DJ
Yes,
Bravo, very good in T20, but
I would say
I
overrated.
don't know. Very
I
good in
think
A
he
bit,
T20, but in the other
uh,
formats not that much.
yeah, a bit
overrated.
overrated.
He get more hype on IPL. Come on, man, just take few good names. Manish Pandey, I remember that knock in. I think it was in Sydney. I don't know where he scored a magnificent 100 and won India the game.
2015, Rohit scored 99 in that game. Jasprit
16,
Bumrah made
16.
his debut. Yeah,
Also,
2016, Jasprit Bumrah made his
also,
debut in that game.
I think Manish was the first Indian to score a IPL 100. Is it so? I think yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. In 2000, he was
Oh, he's
playing in
asking
RCB, if I'm not wrong.
only in terms of IPL.
Yeah.
Then in that case, it would be very much what to say, very
Oh,
restricted kind of a thing. So
okay, so if you're asking based on IPL, I would say Ravin Uthappa still maybe underrated. He has done very good in IPL, but maybe
Then
not
in that
recognized
case,
enough.
I guess DJ Bravo is not that overrated because he has performed really well in IPL.
See, I
yes,
think that DJ Bravo is neutral. I mean, balanced. He's neither underrated. People knows him as a perennial
Mitchell
superstar.
McLennigan. Okay, Mitchell McLennigan.
Underrated. He was a great bowler
Yeah,
for the Mumbai Indians. I remember his spells up
he played
front
for
with
the
that
New
underrated for
Zealand
sure.
ball
also.
and that. Yeah.
Let's talk it not from international standards also. I think that would be more interesting.
Yeah, currently he's asking us to answer based on that. Jaydev
Jaydev
Unadkat.
Unadkat,
Uh,
Overrated. And the funny
overrated.
thing is that remember 2018 where his payment got every year RR kept on releasing him and
I
buying even a
remember
lower
last,
price.
I think, 2 years ago or 1 year ago when Dhoni smashed him for 18 runs in the last over. I think actually he is a good first class bowler. He could have done served India well in test matches, but in
yeah,
T20, I think he leaked runs very easily.
there was this guy actually. I'm not sure if you guys have. I mean, you might have heard the name Dhaval Kulkarni. He was a very good talent. I
Yes,
mean, but
yes,
never actually got the chances. I mean, to
to play for India.
yeah. But he was a great. I
One
mean,
more
Pat,
name
I
comes to
felt
my
that
Pat
he
mind
was a
is
Cummins,
that
good man.
again, Pat Cummins
Pat
overrated, I would
Cummins,
say, in
yeah,
IPL.
in IPL
Overrated.
is overrated for sure. IPL,
in IPL is overrated.
yeah,
Yeah.
in IPL. I
He's
mean, mind you.
getting, I mean, his
Hmm.
bowling is not at all that good. I mean, he's getting
But I
18
think
crores in
last year
SRH, he's not 18 crores.
didn't he play well? I'm not.
As a
But not,
captain, as a
he's not an
captain, he
18
did
crore bowler.
excellently. As a captain, he did very well. But I mean, as a bowler, I mean,
Pragyan
not
Oja,
that well.
Pragyan Oja underrated, I would say.
Yeah, Pragyan was definitely underrated.
He's taking us back sometimes to the early 2000s and sometimes to the late 2020s.
Amit Mishra underrated for sure. Underrated.
Underrated. I think he's still the highest wicket taker in IPL. I guess.
Chahal is.
Chahal, okay.
And just to answer to that, Ujjwal, yeah, I have a point to make regarding Amit Mishra. I just, I mean, I'm not very sure if you are aware of this, but Amit Mishra filled those very important boots of Anil Kumble after he retired, and that's the reason that people didn't give him enough credit. Because if you are to replace a bowler of the caliber of Anil Kumble, so that's why people sometimes compare him with that, and that's the reason it doesn't often get the credit that he should
And the
deserve. So
last ODI which Amit Mishra played, he got 5 wickets. Then he never played an ODI for India.
yeah, I mean
That's
that's
why
the
He
he
got
point. I
has
6 wickets.
he has some complaints with
Comparison,
that
yeah.
to Virat Kohli because
LB
the time
Morkel
the
underrated,
transition
underrated.
between which
LB Morkel is
Kumble left
underrated.
and when Ashwin came, Amit Mishra was the one who was playing
Yeah,
continuously.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, so I think that's why he doesn't like Virat that much because the last ODI he played after that Virat became the captain and he never again came back.
Yeah, he
Also,
told
his
that
fitness.
some lack of clarity was given to him on his return
T
based
Natarajan,
on it
my man, I would say underrated. And before that,
underrated.
LB Morkel. I would like to
So
ask you guys.
Albi
I think
Morkel,
underrated,
I think
underrated.
maybe let me have a call with Virat the bowler, not the batter. Remember.
Yeah, if you talk
Okay,
about those who are not
T
that much famous, they
Natarajan.
will be coming under underrated, and if you talk about big names, they will be overrated. So that's
Okay,
what
so Yusuf Pathan underrated.
ah
Underrated.
underrated. Yes,
Who can forget that 37 ball century? My God,
yes,
Rajasthan
yes.
Royals.
2008.
And
So
by the way, I'm a
even
huge fan of Yusuf
a
Pathan.
better knock
To
would
be
be that
honest.
knock against SRH, which is scored in 2014, where he smashed Kane for 22 runs in an over at the Eden
Yeah,
Gardens.
but I would still rate that innings higher. I mean, anyway, that's a
Whom he
different
smashed?
issue.
Shane Watson, good player, but neither underrated nor overrated, I would say. Everyone
Neutral,
knows him
neutral.
as a good player.
Neutral, yes. Shane
Because
Watson was a great
I
player.
mean, he did pretty well. I mean, if you talk about the IPL, I mean, he was a good player.
Not in IPL. Who can
No,
forget
no.
his knocks in? Yeah.
Again, you are going
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
the scope.
he's speaking of the
He's saying
IPL
that
from
Okay.
IPL
focusing on
based
IPL only.
assessment. Yeah, you
But
can't
And
move out of
and
the
I
in
scope.
mean
general, he was a great
the
all-rounder
best
for
memory
Australia.
of his would be that 100 against SRH in the final, and an attack
2018.
that comprised of Bhuvneshwar, Rashid, and other good bowlers. Sandeep Sharma,
The
Doak
prime
bowling.
Rashid Khan.
underrated, I would say. He did well for
Underrated.
CSK. I mean,
Yeah, underrated only.
But he played in
Okay.
the early 2000s and then he left.
Mohammad
Mohammad
Shami,
Shami, very underrated, man. Very underrated.
no,
Deserves
I
much
would
more
say Mohammad
respect.
Shami neutral. I would say neutral.
No,
I
I
would
would
say
say
Yeah.
neutral.
underrated for sure. I mean, in the IPL again, in international still, but IPL
Yeah,
I would say
I
underrated.
think the bowlers are
And I
mostly
think Mohammad
underrated.
Shami hasn't been that great a bowler in IPL apart from the last year which he played for
Last
Gujarat,
year,
where he got
last
the
3 years
purple
he
cap.
has been wonderful. I think
Krunal
Before that, he
Pandya.
was very
Okay,
ordinary.
overrated.
Krunal Pandya.
He is just I don't
Uh,
see any talent
a
in him. Just
bit overrated. Bit overrated, I would say.
to be
Krunal
very,
Pandya.
to be very harsh, he's playing on his Hardik Pandya's brother's name. That's it.
I'm not very sure of that, but yeah, a bit overrated.
You can even give Rohit's name if you are saying only IPL. I will say overrated.
Deepak Huda. Okay, that's interesting.
I
Mm,
think below par, not underrated neither overrated.
He was once
Deepak Huda.
considered as Virat's replacement for a
Is
while.
it? Oh man.
Yeah, I think even some legends
Tilak
said
Ratna
this is
Dilshan.
T
Deepak Huda.
Dilshan. I mean, again, he was great. I mean, T
No,
Dilshan, I would say.
his IPL stats I don't remember. Let me check because I
No, but
remember that match where
he was
Gale
good. I
scored
mean, not
170.
bad. Not
He
bad for
was
sure.
playing Test cricket.
I
Yeah.
think he used to play for Delhi Daredevils. I don't remember actually.
He played for RCB only once. Maybe before that he played for Delhi. I don't remember, but once he played for
Neutral, I
RCB.
would say.
So
Neutral.
okay, so
Who
I
would
guess
remember?
maybe in 5-10 minutes, if no more comments, we can slowly wrap
Yeah,
up.
but it's good.
But it's good. I mean, the first time in our life that we are playing this sort of a game with our audience. So again, a huge shout out to Ujwal. Thank you, Ujwal, for that interaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ujwal also, okay, just watch our
Gautam
videos.
Gambhir.
I mean, no, I mean, great captain in the IPL. Also
Yeah,
did very well
for
for
sure.
KKR. I mean, he's been the
His
face of
contribution to
KKR.
KKR. His contribution to KKR. I mean, you can't put that in words. Oh man.
What do you
And
would say?
currently he's facing the heat from somewhere else, not from IPL, but from the international arena. Okay, anyway.
Yeah. In that case, yeah, Rohit Sharma would be also overrated if we talk about IPL.
Yeah, that's what I said just now.
Even Virat Kohli also. If you
No,
talk
Rohit
about his
Sharma, you're
consistency,
talking about Rohit Sharma the captain or Rohit Sharma the batter? You have to specify
better.
that. As a captain, you can't say overrated. I mean, I would
No,
not say
as
that.
a batter,
Yeah.
as a batter.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
even Virat Kohli, considering his consistency as set in the international, I would still it will
Okay,
be half
Shimron Hetmeyer. Okay.
overrated
Mm,
because he will out of 8 games when he used to play for RCB, out of 8 games he will just
yeah,
play
Saptarshi Shimron
in one
Hetmeyer.
match. In, he has
I
given
would say
as an
neutral because it's not like people know him as a big player. People know him as that kind of a mediocre player only. So I mean,
Yeah, I
he
mean,
gave
overrated, I would
not
me
a
say
huge
only.
name. Not a huge name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
so
gave me
that's what I'm
nightmares
saying.
while
I
he
would
was
say
playing for
overrated only
RCB.
when people claim him to be a very big player, but his performances speak otherwise. Then only you can say overrated. It's if I mean you can't say every poor player overrated because I mean like now you
Last
can't
one,
say
perhaps the most controversial. Rohit Sharma as better overrated. As better overrated. Yeah.
yeah, overrated as hell.
Okay.
I mean,
I
Rohit
would
Sharma the
call
batter and in IPL and Rohit Sharma the batter in international cricket maybe where two twins born to the same mother.
yes. I would say to some extent Virat Kohli also. Apart from the 2016 season, considering his
Yeah,
consistency
but
in the
still Yeah, but still he has got runs till 2019. Since 2020, he has struggled with the strike rate and all, and he was very good in 2023 also, 2024
But
also.
yeah, but considering how well he is in the international format, I think he has not given yet done justice to his IPL. That's what I
Cheers,
feel.
guys.
Yeah,
Very honest. Appreciate. Yeah, thanks, mate.
Thank you so much.
yeah. Thanks. Also, watch our IPL redemption videos. We have pinned it on our comments. IPL auction video, and also watch our BGT video, which will be coming
So we can
tomorrow.
wait for another
And
5-10 minutes and then we can have a go.
and if you have
Almost
subscribed and press the bell icon, you will get notified about our
yes.
future
So
videos.
if you are there, you're free to
Please don't
subscribe and
forget to subscribe.
yeah, that is the most important thing. It is the most important. I would say the parameter which keeps us going.
Yeah. Okay, let's wait if someone has what kind of job you guys, if comfortable to reveal. Uh, okay. Anyone would like to go first?
You can go for first, Ritik. So before
Yeah,
going,
let's
let's
say.
ask what you're doing.
Okay, you're asking that to Ujjwal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if he's comfortable in sharing.
Yeah, you can mention.
Actually, the thing is usual that we are not allowed to tell that because it may have some uh, issues which we don't want. But
But yeah,
since
let's
it's
say if
an
I'm to talk on a high level, I mean, I we work in the private sector. I mean, if I
Yeah.
talk about myself, yeah.
yes, and I
Yeah.
work
Okay,
in the
Both of
I mean,
us.
and
academia.
Abhishek, if
That's
you
what I can
can,
say.
yeah, Abhishek, if you can
Yeah,
mention, he's more
I
into
work in
academics. Yeah,
academics. So mm,
Okay,
just I
so
can
you
tell
are
I'm
you are you are in the happy part of life, enjoying your life,
I am 12-year
watching
old.
cricket.
Okay, I thought you
yeah.
were, I mean, a bit older from your responses. Yeah, so welcome to the family, Ujjwal, and please do, as mentioned,
I
please
think
like,
you're
share, and subscribe.
way more intellectual than we were
Then
when we were into in of 12
seventh
years of
standard.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means
Yeah, at
12,
your
13
age,
years
I
of age.
didn't even watch that much cricket, to be honest. I watched only maybe some matches of India and
You
maybe a
didn't
couple of
watch
matches in IPL.
that amount of cricket, but you remembered every stat. So come on.
Yeah, but technology has also improved so much. I mean, it wasn't easy to get stats in those days when we were 10,
Yeah,
12.
yeah,
I mean,
that's the point. Now everything is very much accessible.
now with the improvement of internet services, I mean, you can easily get stats anywhere in the net. It wasn't that easy to
First match you
retrieve stats
watched,
at that point of time.
guys, any memories? First match you watched? I don't remember, honestly. I don't
I
seem to
think
remember.
yeah, I think India Pakistan 2006. Yeah,
I'm not sure, but maybe 2007 T20 World Cup. Maybe. Again, just a wild guess.
As it were, yeah, Nepal. I don't know, maybe the 2011 World Cup or before that, maybe some IPL game. I don't remember
2011
exactly.
was the first match. I don't think so.
Before that, to be honest, I mean, I didn't have that much love for cricket before 2008, 2009, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I started following somewhere around that 2006-7. But yeah, don't
yeah,
vividly remember.
2006,
Don't vividly seem
7,
to
8.
remember.
We used to play
Yeah.
that
Yeah, so
e-sports game. From that,
yeah,
we used to play cricket regularly in
Yeah,
our stadiums.
I was into playing cricket, but if you
Yeah, for
honestly ask me the match,
matches, I
uh,
also don't.
I don't.
I
Yeah,
think
don't
yeah.
remember.
it's
So,
India versus
so I
Pakistan
think,
2006 series where India 2 to Pakistan.
I watched 2017 City Final, perhaps the shittiest pick. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
but that's how, I
And
mean,
no
sometimes,
Indian fan will ever forget that match.
That
Not at
that
all.
commentators that won when Virat Kohli got out. That feeling was something else.
yeah. So, anyways, I think, yeah, it's been quite some time. I mean, it was a good experience. Also,
Okay,
some
so
new
maybe time to
faces
call it
today.
a day. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a bit hectic now, and let's call it a day. We will again try to meet maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, maybe sometime in the next week, but we will have more discussions. And particularly today, we didn't have enough discussion on the IPL side. So, I mean, guys, whoever wants to join us in the IPL discussions, we will have a separate thing for it, and
And
PPT will
yeah,
continue on its pace.
Ujwal, since he seems to be very interested in the IPL, so you have that video link pasted in the comment section. Please check that video out.
Yeah, by
Uh,
the way, just before leaving, which IPL team you support?
okay,
वो
Ashish
तो आप
Mishra.
well played. कौन अच्छा खेला भाई?
Okay, guys, thank you. Good night and cheers.
Yeah, good night. Cheers. Okay, I support JNK, but is JNK India IPL?
Okay, not very sure.
Anyways, just shoot it in your comments, man. I think maybe time to call it a day.
Yeah, we will take that question in the comments. Yeah.
Yeah. धन्यवाद. धन्यवाद.
Thanks, Ashish, and good night.
Good night. Cheers.